Here we are, Thursday, week 3 of my resurrected routine, whatever I want to call it. I am feeling tired today. I was telling my girlfriend last night, that I don't know what it is. If it's just getting used to the routine again, or it's the getting up early in the morning, because I haven't done that in forever, and I usually am a night owl. But yesterday I was just drained. Like, it hit me, I don't know, like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just like, I have no energy. I'm tapped out. And for any one particular reason that I could tell, I was just exhausted. And oh man, alarm clock went off this morning and I snoozed it, and second alarm clock went off, I snoozed that, and my final call alarm clock went off, and I was just like, oh no, okay, all right, we gotta go. So I'm running a little bit behind today, but I mean, hey, if it was easy, anybody would do it, right? And the thing of it is that it's really, it really is all about going even if you're tired. Even if you are exhausted or unmotivated, that's what discipline is about. And it's supposed to be, no matter what your personal circumstances are in the moment, that you are maintaining a routine. And not just a gym routine, but just a daily routine in general. And what I have found is that I thrive in a routine. I need to know, okay, what is it that I'm doing today? What is it that I'm doing tomorrow? And I try not to plan too far ahead of that. I maybe plan out like a week in advance, but I tend to be a bit more loosey-goosey with plans at that point. But I need to know, okay, what am I doing? And what am I getting ready for? That way I can kind of mentally prepare myself. I am a overthinker and an overplanner by nature. So I need to know, okay, I'm doing a push day today. It means primarily chest and shoulders, some triceps thrown in. So, just mentally, just preparing myself. And it's getting into this routine of understanding that if you fail to plan, it's not that you plan to fail, but it just makes everything that much harder. If you're not ready to go, if you don't have your stuff ready to go for the morning, if you know that you're going to get up early in the morning and you're not a morning person, and you haven't gotten your gear ready the night before, you're just that much less likely to go. Or it's just that much harder on you to go, and that you're just increasing your mental bandwidth, your mental load that you put on yourself to get ready to go. Because if I didn't get any of my stuff ready last night, and I just rolled out of bed, and I was just, and my alarm clock goes off, and I'm just thinking in my head, oh shoot, now I gotta go pull out my gym clothes, and I gotta get my bag packed, and just all of the other little things that have to happen before you actually walk out the door. It becomes more excuses as to not go. So, and you inevitably end up going, but you just made it harder on yourself. So you've already pre-exhausted your mental bandwidth, if that makes sense. So I really tried to get my stuff ready the night before. I really tried to be diligent about not waiting until the last second. And I'm not perfect at it. I mean, good Lord, not even close. But yeah, so today it's kind of a little bit of a slow start. I'm running about probably 15-20 minutes behind where I would like to be. And but I'm looking forward to it. Like I was saying on my other video, I feel like I've refound my passion for the gym. I really like the equipment that is at my gym. I really feel like I get that mind-muscle connection going with the equipment that I use there. And I feel good about it. Now, dealing with, I will say too, it is easier to deal with the morning crowd than it is to deal with the night crowd. I have gone, like I was saying, I've gone both times a day. I've gone in the morning, I've gone at night, and I gotta say the morning crowd tends to be much more easy to work around. There's still a bunch of people here because there's still plenty of people getting their workout in before the day, but it's not. It's a different type of people that are here in the morning versus at night. And hey, don't get me wrong, the night people, they're my people. I still consider myself a night owl, but I think last night I ended up passing out around 10 o'clock, and which sounds like it's late for some people, but for me, that's somewhat early. I mean, I'm usually going to bed around midnight or so, if not later. I just catch myself doing house chores and stuff after the kids go to bed, between laundry and dishes and just trying to pick stuff up. I just end up going to bed late, and then obviously the doom scrolling before bed. But that's also part of this new routine that I'm trying to get out of too, is out of those unhealthy habits of scrolling before bedtime. Really trying to limit that as much as possible. I used to read like I was a voracious reader when I was younger, and I haven't picked up a book in I don't know how long. And reading on a phone isn't the same. It's just not the same. I know everybody else says that too, but it doesn't have that same tactile sensation. I don't mind an e-reader. I have a Barnes & Noble Nook, and that actually isn't too bad. But even that, man, I have my old copies of like the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, and I need to get those back out and use those, because there's just that feeling. Like when I was a kid, I used to go camping with my parents, and sitting by the fire and just reading, and just that feel of the pages, and I think it was a couple years ago I picked up my old book from my parents' house, and you could almost smell the wood smoke coming off the pages. Maybe it was just my memory just being reignited by holding the book, and it just triggered that memory sense. But I don't know, it just there's something about it. So, but part of this whole routine is getting back into some healthier habits. I've been pretty happy with my diet lately. I've always, like I've said, I've always tried to prioritize protein anyway, and I haven't, like, I don't count macros. I don't care about that. I need to make sure that I'm constantly getting at least 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal, and I've done a pretty good job at hitting that. So anyway, it's going to be a push day today. Then I've got some stuff going on later today. I need to finish filing taxes, because I found a major error that TurboTax missed on me. So I have to finish cleaning that up and get that submitted, because tax due date is right around the corner. And I've got some other things in the works that I'm working on that I'm pretty excited about. I have a digital product that I've been working on for a couple of years now, actually. And that sounds crazy to say out loud, but I am such a perfectionist that I need to make sure that I cover all of my bases. And because I am not somebody who is, I will not put something out there unless I know it's something that I would be willing to spend money on. Because there's too many people out there that'll just throw something out, and yeah, they might get people that buy it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to contribute more to just the noise of crappy products out there. So I've been building it. I've gotten to a minimum viable product, and I've been refining it. Now, avoiding the endless polish, that's something that I need to watch out for too. But I think I'm finally at a state where it's almost there. It's at that point where I'm just about ready to launch it. I have all of the more administrative things complete. I have my LLC figured out. I have my banking and accounting software figured out. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go. It's a totally new atmosphere for me. So I have some other social media channels that I'll be promoting that on, and I have some other stuff that I want to talk about too in terms of business and project management and just marketing and social media in general, because I've been a part of the social media sphere for 20 years. I was making YouTube videos back before YouTube was YouTube, and I got out of it because college is life. I let life get in the way. I have a habit of that. But I had a handy cam when I was in high school that I used to record everything with my buddies and I. And I have tapes and tapes and tapes of the 8mm tape down in my basement of just us hanging around, doing stuff, skits, all that kind of stuff. Just, the kind of random shit that you used to see on YouTube. And I need to catalog all that stuff. I need to actually get it digitized because I don't want losing it to degradation and possibly lose all that footage. But I love content creation. I love just documenting. I love video creation, and it's one of my great regrets that I didn't get more into it, that I ended up going into a career that I felt like was more of a responsible choice as opposed to the one that I really wanted to do. I'll talk more about that in another video, but I just making these vlogs, it's kind of like a daily diary, and they kind of, I do tend to ramble a little bit and go from subject to subject, but I've missed just doing this, and this is a good way to get back into that flow. I'm not doing any fancy editing. I'm not doing anything crazy with lighting, and I'm recording on my phone with a basic DJI Mic Mini, but it's a start. It gets me back into it, and I have some ideas for what I want to do for some more highly produced shots. Relearning all of that stuff, and it's come so far. It's amazing how much more information is available in terms of how to do this than there was 15 years ago. I mean, you can learn everything you need to know through YouTube, and just for free. Entirely new career, just for free. It always blows my mind just how much information is available out there for anybody to take it up. So anyhow, I'm just about to pull into the gym, so gonna do a good push day, get a good pump going, and then take on the rest of the day. So, all right guys, catch you tomorrow. Peace.